Hello traders, good afternoon. My name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpar Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. And as always, we will start with the macro calendar, as you always need to check the calendar before trading, especially like, for example, overnight in next 8 hours. We have interest rate decision in New Zealand, so it would be better for you if you take that into the consideration if trading the New Zealand dollar. So what do we have here? Well, maybe let me switch this view for today because you won't see that. We had a trade balance data, import exports from China overnight, and this data came worse than expected, but I guess that the most important information for China is the visit of Donald Trump and his meeting with Xi Jinping. That's a very important meeting. Also, not only presidents, but also we will have many companies, like several companies, meeting together and signing deals for billions of dollars. So that's definitely will be a very important event. Also, new monetary policy, non-monetary policy ECB meeting that's already gone. Here, no major movements on euro dollar, no major movements on euro. In hour and a half, we will have data from the Canadian housing market. In the 3.5 hours, we'll have important data for oil traders. And as we said, in 8 hours, we'll have interest rate decision and rate statement. And a policy statement in New Zealand. So definitely, if you want to trade the New Zealand dollar, I would be extra careful with that because of this data. What's happening? Well, we do have finally a bit of risk-off mode on the market. So we do have some corrections, especially on stocks, and precious metals are climbing higher. It's explained by a possible delay in corporate tax cut. So now there are rumors that they will delay that by 1 year, and that questions this reform, and that's why we do have a bit of risk of mode on the market and correction on stocks. As you said, Donald Trump is also about to meet China President Xi Jinping. Now we will have representatives from over 40 American companies, and they will sign deals for billions of dollars. What is more, we had President Patrick Harker from Fed in Philadelphia. He suggested that he will support a third rise in 2017, interest rate rise next month, but said he wants to see signs of inflation moving higher before backing tightening next year. And so that's also an important information for the traders on the American dollar. And from the fundamental point of view, that's it. We don't have anything more, so we can focus now on the technical analysis. And first, we'll start with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is making new all-time highs. And the very interesting thing is that we do have an ascending triangle pattern here. So those green lines, this horizontal resistance here, this dynamic support here, that's all, that's ascending triangle pattern in an uptrend. This is ascending triangle in an uptrend, and ascending triangle in an uptrend promotes a further upswing, and that's what's happening right now as we speak. Sentiment is definitely positive on Bitcoin as long as we stay above this red line connecting higher lows. The sentiment is definitely positive. As we said, we do have this risk off mode on the market. That is why gold is heading higher. So what happened on gold overnight? Yesterday we said that yes, we do have a positive sentiment, but we don't have buy signal because the price failed to break 50% Fibonacci here and went lower. And after that, they managed to stop and use this recent resistance as a closest support. Well, that's positive. That's definitely positive that they managed to stop this reversal. But there is no buy signal here yet because again, look, they bounce from this 50% Fibonacci retracement, and as long as we stay below this level, and you can see actually we can make it more. Yes, I'll select that. As long as we stay below the green line, the sentiment, there is still no buy signal here. So we need to see the candlestick close, hourly candle close above the green area, this dark green area, and only then we will have a buy signal. So far we do not have a buy signal. We do have a positive sentiment, but we do not have a buy signal on gold. American dollar to Japanese yen, that's very interesting. On Monday we wrote an analysis, and that's the Monday candle, that it should be crucial for the midterm situation because we could have a breakout, legitimate breakout, so a candlestick should close above this horizontal resistance or a bounce from it, so the candlestick creating a shooting star, which should trigger a midterm sell signal. And actually what candle did on what the price did on Wednesday is the price created a shooting star candlestick here, which actually opens sell signal and opens the negative sentiment here, at least in the short term or mid-term, because in my opinion the next potential target for this drop is this green area, so we're not so far from here, so it's a good short-term occasion. And in the case of a breakout of this green area, we should see a bigger downswing, but so far yes, we do have short-term sell signal on American dollar to Japanese. Next one is euro dollar. So euro dollar is doing great. It's doing great in terms of the technical analysis. You know about this big head and shoulder formation. It's not a surprise for you. This flag ended with with double top formation on bouncing from the neckline, and the price went lower. We broke the lower line of the flag, and every day actually after here we're making lower lows and lower highs, and this continues today. Well, we do have lower high than yesterday so far, but we do not have lower low, so maybe this movement lost a little bit of momentum. Even we broke this green line, but still the price making lower highs, so everything is good for the sellers, and the potential target is the lower line of this channel down formation here. So we should get like 100 pips downswing or more. Especially H4 candles are very interesting because look, recent 3 candles have long heads. So you can see that those higher prices were rejected. Sell sentiment is with us as long as we stay below this neckline. As long as the price is below the neckline, the sentiment is negative and there is a sell signal on euro dollar. New Zealand dollar to Singaporean dollar. As you can see, we broke yesterday this lower line of the wedge formation, and let me remind you why is that important. Well, because there's a downtrend, there's a bearish sentiment here. The price broke this horizontal support. Then we had the comeback, and comeback tested this support as a resistance, and comeback was shaped like a wedge. We got a bounce from this resistance, and we got a breakout of the lower line of the wedge, which actually should trigger a sell signal, but the price is somehow resistant today from the sell signal. Now it's a bit too risky to enter the market, or maybe you like this kind of movements. You like trading when there is an interest rate decision. Okay, fair enough. For traders who try to avoid the risk, I wouldn't recommend entering the market right now. The thing is that as long as we stay below the orange area, below the red area, the sentiment is still negative. And there is actually a sell signal as well. Silver is doing a little bit worse than gold. We had this drop, we had this upswing, then drop again. Those movements are choppy. I don't like them. The thing is that from the technical point of view, we are still above 16.8, which can be considered as a positive sign. But for me, this kind of a sideways trend, which we are having since the end of September, is not a good place to be, is not a good place to trade. Maybe for traders who are using indicators like oscillators or something, but I do not. I'm a trend follower, so I like to see trends, and I don't see trends. As on Euro British Pound, I don't see a trend as well. That's why I have those two arrows, because I'm waiting for a breakout. So breakout of the lower line here should trigger a sell signal, breakout of the support, because we are already below the trend line. So breaking the horizontal support should trigger a sell signal, and a breakout of this red line connecting recent lower highs and coming back above the uptrend line should trigger as a buy signal. So that is why I have this arrow here. So there are two possible scenarios for Euro British Pound, and definitely once the price will be heading towards or the support or the resistance, I'm going to be present on the market, and I'm going to wait for the breakout. I'm gonna wait for a legitimate breakout, because I would love to jump in there for this trade. Australian dollar to American dollar. What we're having here is was another test of this horizontal support here. So we're having a rectangle since 26th of October, boring sideways trend, but also that increases the chances for trading. So I'm seeing a sell potential here, and I'm seeing a buy potential once we would break this line, this horizontal resistance, and this horizontal resistance. As you can see, the short option is more probable because we do have only one support here, and for the buy option we have three resistances here. So this option promoting downswing is looks better, because here the price has to break 1, 2, 3 resistances here. For the sell signal, the price has to break only one resistance, which is better for the sellers. Easier, it's just easier, and the price usually will move the direction which is easier for the price, right? That's not rocket science. American dollar to Canadian dollar is moving near this horizontal resistance currently. The more probable option is the price testing this green line, especially after defending this horizontal line, this line as a resistance. So after the bounce from this line, we are having kind of a sell signal here, which is giving us an opportunity for a downswing for 50 pips. Oil made new mid-term highs, actually long-term highs. Yes, long-term highs definitely. Long leg doji yesterday on a daily candle, which can promote a small reversal, but this reversal will not mean anything. This reversal will be just take profit action which more, well, I think it should happen. So the first potential target is the upper line of the channel up, but I guess they will go for the horizontal resistance here, and it won't even be the 23.6, so it shouldn't be anything dangerous. It shouldn't be anything dangerous, and I think it's very probable, it's very possible that we will get there, and that will be just a normal correction. Like in the meantime, we had 1, 2, 3 corrections, so why we shouldn't get the fourth one? American dollar to Mexican peso is still keeping the high pressure on this resistance. It can be considered as a ascending triangle if we consider this as a horizontal resistance, but it can also be considered as a pennant. It doesn't really matter. Why is that? Because both of them are promoting an upswing. So an ascending triangle promotes an upswing, and pennant in this case promotes an upswing as well. So on American dollar to Mexican peso, there are bigger chances, there are higher chances that the price will break this blue horizontal resistance, and that the price will climb vastly higher. And there is a nice resistance here, a little bit below 61.8. And I think that breakout of this resistance should lead us there. Look, support, 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 and the resistance. So in my opinion, that's obviously a long-term situation. So a breakout of this 38.2 should trigger us a buy signal here. DAX. That's the graphic representation of this risk off mode. So we broke the lower line of the channel up formation, like similar channel up like this one, but here we broke the upper line. Here we are breaking the lower line, and the next potential target is the uptrend line. So here, along with the horizontal support created by that rectangle from the end of October and beginning of from the end of October, as you can see here. So that can be potentially a nice place to go. So the price can decline a few more points, and after that they will meet a strong support where the magic can happen, and maybe we will get some kind of a reversal here. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, I am waiting for the breakout of the upper line of the flag, and I'm waiting here for a buy signal because we are above the uptrend line. This green one is uptrend line. We are somewhere around the black line, which is the long-term resistance of the symmetric triangle here. It's really hard to tell on those levels if we are before or if we are above or below, because it's a long-term situation, so it does not care about the intraday movements today. The thing is that this black line, this green line, they both support the bullish scenario here. Also, bullish scenario here is promoted by the flag. So lower line, upper line of the flag, red lines. Flag is a trend continuation pattern. Trend is bullish, so we should get a breakout. So those three factors are promoting a further upswing. That is why we do have this this arrow here. But don't get me wrong, there's no buy signal here yet. Buy signal will be created once the price will break the upper line of the flag. After that, the buy signal should be created, and it should be a good one, potentially a good one. Dollar index hit the local resistance. Now they think it's a place for a small reversal. We are still far from the neckline, we are still far from the uptrend line. The sentiment is definitely positive. We do have those two. If you extend them, so we can see here, that's a great place to buy. At least it looks like it. So the price will get there and you'll get like a bullish pattern, like a hammer or a bullish engulfing. That can be potentially a great opportunity to buy. Euro to Japanese yen, typical double top formation, breakout of the uptrend line, which opens a way to the new lows. Price closing below those lows should trigger us a sell signal with the potential target here. So let's say it would be like 340 pips, which, well, I guess it's a good result, it's a good score. And cable is defending this horizontal support and the long-term uptrend line, but they are struggling with it. They are struggling, and maybe we will have a breakout here that will be dangerous, because apart from the trend line, we do have 38.2, and usually 38.2 is a very strong support, but maybe it won't be so strong after that what we see now. So quite a big selling pressure on this instrument. British pound, Australian dollar, so that horizontal resistance was important, but it's not important anymore. Why is that? It was important till here, right? Let me show you that. Important, 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 important. Right. Important, not important, not important, not important. So last three movements here did not respect this line at all. I don't, well, it's sad for me to delete that, but if the price is not respecting this line anymore, we shouldn't care about that either. We should care what we should care about what price cares about. Let me see that trend line. Okay, that can potentially be a nice support here for this instrument. American dollar to Swiss franc, still boring sideways trend. Buy signal will be created once the upper line of this rectangle will be broken, and sell signal will be created once the orange line will be broken. Last three instruments. So on American dollar to Russian ruble, the sell sentiment is denied. Now we broke the horizontal resistance, and this reversal is so big that it retraced more than 70% of this downswing. We are back above this horizontal resistance, which was resistance here, support, support, resistance, 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 resistance. Now maybe it's going to be used as a support, but the thing is that American dollar is much stronger than the ruble, and there is no sell signal here anymore. Actually, there is kind of a buy signal here, and a potential target for this buy signal is here. Well, if your currency is weaker, then it's good for export. And we all know that Russia is an energy exporter for the whole world, actually. And we do have a combination of two factors. So we have weaker ruble and higher oil prices. So definitely economy would be supported with that. Obviously, citizens, they prefer a strong currency because they can buy foreign goods cheaper. But for the economy, for the Russian economy, a combination of weak ruble, a bit weaker, right? Because it's still very strong. It's very strong if you compare like December 2015. but weak ruble and higher oil prices, that's a good combination. American dollar to Polish zloty is in a bit worse situation. Well, worse, I mean it's better for the sellers here, because we are still below the important horizontal resistance here at 369, and that's a neckline of this inverse head and shoulder formation. The price does not want to go there, so we have two opportunities here: a buy signal when the neckline will be broken, and sell signal when this lower line of this wedge will be broken. And S&P 500, same old. Okay, trend line. Breakout of the trend line should open us a way for a bigger correction, aiming here 2,570 points, 2,569.68, so 20 points from now. Okay, let me show you all the instruments one more time. So on Bitcoin there is a buy signal, on gold buy signal will be created once we will break this resistance. American dollar to Japanese yen, short-term sell signal, euro dollar sell signal, especially like we are in the process of making new local lows. New Zealand dollar to Singaporean dollar, interest rate decision, so stay safe. Gold, no buy signal, here waiting for a breakout, here waiting for a breakout, here short-term sell signal. On the oil, chance for a bearish correction. American dollar to Mexican peso, rather I think a buy signal here, but the buy signal will be created once the price will close above the blue area. DAX, short-term sell signal. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, positive sentiment but no trading signal. The same goes for dollar index, short-term sell signal, long-term buy signal. Euro to Japanese yen, potentially sell signal. Here cable, no trading signal. Here short-term sell signal. Here waiting for a breakout. Here buy signal. Here waiting for a breakout, and here waiting. But yeah, as long as we are above the uptrend line, sentiment is positive. So guys, thanks for watching daily analytical report. If you want more trading occasions, trading setups, you have to follow us on our Twitter account and our website alpari.news. Thanks very much and goodbye.